Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and let's get started. For DIY number 1, I'm going to begin by using one of these high dome cloches from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to take this piece of thick foam that I have in my stash. It just came from some package. And if you hear my kitty meowing, he's just right here keeping me company. I'm gonna take my scissors and try to trim this a little bit better. That way it'll fit in here. He just has something to say, doesn't he? I'm gonna take my hot glue and adhere this foam piece onto the base of my high cloche dome, and doing a little more trimming just to make it a little more circular. Just get as best I can. Now I'm going to take my Mod Podge in the gloss, and I don't have much in here, so I'm just having to kind of get whatever I can out of it. Pour it on, take my little brush, spread it all the way around completely, and then taking some of my Dollar Tree Faux Snow, and then just adding a little bit on top, kind of spreading it, getting it nice and adhered. Just gently with my fingers like that. Put the rest away for another time. Now I'm going to set everything aside, allow this to dry for a little bit. Now at the Dollar Tree I found this little package of Mentos Gum, and I thought this would make a cute little snowman. So I'm going to remove the top, and I'm just going to remove all this packaging, the label, and look at that. It does make a cute snowman. I'm going to snip off this little round piece, remove this sticker, and I was going to remove this little top piece on the very side, but it kind of looks like a little cap to me, so I decided to leave it. And I'm just going to place the little cap on his little hat. This is going to be a little boy snowman, and I'm going to take my Puffy paint in the black, and I'm just going to start making a little face. I'm going to do 2 little eyes, and then I'm going to make a little smile with just little dots as if it's coal. Trying to see what the best way to make this. I'm gonna leave it like that. And then for the nose, I'm just gonna take this orange paint by Folk Art, and really any orange paint would do. And I'm just gonna take a brush, and I'm just gonna kind of like blot it like that, like a little dab. And now I'm going to take some more of the black and make his little buttons. 1, 2, and 3. And then I decided to do a little bit of decorating on the cap. Well, this is going to be his little cap, like a baseball cap. So I'm just going to make like a little design. Trying to be careful and not touch the rest of the paint. Everything's still wet. So I'm just trying to be really, really careful. I'm just doing like a zigzag up and down, and I just go all the way around the little cap. Again, just for interest. Why not? Like that. And then I was going to do a little dot on the top, but then I decided to do something else. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just adhere my little snowman onto my base, just with some hot glue, and carefully placing it towards the front. Now all the paint is still wet, so I have to be careful. I'm going to take these snowflakes that my sweet friend Diane gave me, and some of these snowballs from the Dollar Tree, and one of these little trees from the Dollar Tree. It's a little bit too tall. I tried to use the whole thing, but it was a little bit too tall for the dome. I didn't want to like squish it, so I decided to take my EMT shears and snip a little bit off. So just right here, I just snipped this bottom piece off, and then this other piece fit pretty well. Add some hot glue and place it towards the back, right here. Now I'm going to take some Puffy paint. This is from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to add some to the tree to make it look like globs of snow here and there. So I'm just going to go around gently and just give this a little bit more of the snowy look. Just any which way. There's really no method. I'm just kind of like globbing it here and there. And I will be adding some of the faux snow as well. Take advantage of the fact that this is an adhesive and a paint. So here I'm just going to add just a little bit more in there to the top. And then to the snow, we go again. And just do little pinches here and there. This just gives it a little bit more interest, I think. Try not to get it on my little snowman. He's still wet with a lot of paint. So I'm just trying to be careful. Just little pinches. And I love using parchment paper for this kind of stuff because this stuff makes a mess. And as you can see, that parchment paper has been well used. Yes, it has. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of these little poofy snowballs from the Dollar Tree. Just one. It's pretty large for this little cloche, so I think just one will do. I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue and placing it right beside my little snowman because you got to have a little snowball. And I'm just going to add some more of this snow on top. It'll catch it really well because it's kind of like a cotton or fiber fill. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of these little snowflakes. They're just plastic. And I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue. And I'm going to add this little snowflake to the back of the little snowman. Again, for just a little bit of interest. And then for his hat, I wanted to add a little topper. So I have this little push pin from the Dollar Tree. It's in a blue. And I'm just going to gently press it inside. Make it look like a little beanie. A little poofy ball would have been perfect, but I didn't have any. So this will do, but I think it's cute. And I'm just going to place the little cloche on top. Press it in. Everything fits well. And then for the outside, I'm just going to take a little bit of this ribbon that I had in my stash. It's like a burlap type of ribbon. And I'm just going to go around the outside edge just to help cover up some of that black. I really didn't want to paint it. This kind of plastic is not the easiest to paint. So I felt like a little bit of this ribbon would be good enough. Now you could use white, you could use blue, whatever ribbon you like. I really like this kind of burlap natural look. And I'm going to add another dab of glue. And I'm going to add one more of these plastic snowflakes on this side. And then that is it. Super sweet for winter. Here's how it looks and a closer look at the final reveal. This video is a part of the After Christmas Winter DIYs collaboration that I'm doing today with my sweet friend Megan from the Crafty Quinn. We are both doing 5 different After Christmas Winter DIYs for you guys. So when you're done watching my video, please head on over to my description box. Click the link to her video, to her channel. I'll have everything posted on there, and I will also pin it in my comments for your convenience as well. So enjoy the DIYs. For DIY number 2, on Amazon I purchased these plastic snowflakes. They come in a variety of different sizes, kind of like a graduated order of sizes, so from biggest to smallest, and they are just tied up with these rubber bands. So I'll just unpackage them and place them in order so you can see the different sizes. So here they are. And I'm also going to use some of these white wooden beads that I had in my stash. And all I'm going to do is take some hot glue, add it to a bead, and place it on a snowflake. And then add another snowflake to the top of that bead. And just build it up with the different sizes and create a little snowflake tree. Super cute, super easy. Now I did figure out that using the hot glue and pressing the snowflake into the bead worked best. That way the hot glue really, like, I guess, adhered to everything. These snowflakes do have quite a bit of glitter. The glitter is not too bad, but the glitter does make it a bit of a challenge for the hot glue. So I also made some with some Fix All, and I'll show you that in a minute. But here I'm just building this one up with the hot glue. And like I said, it worked great. I think I do prefer the Fix All instead. Now this one I'm going to create with the Fix All, and I'll show you. It's the same process. The only problem is you have to wait a while for the adhesive to set. That would be the only issue, but I think it's a more durable hold, especially with the glitter. So here I'm just trying to figure out this process here. I think in this one, I think I did do like double beads, but it's the same process, but I used the Fix All for these. And here I'm still building. I'm just waiting for the adhesive to set. So that's the only issue, is you have to wait a little bit. And this tree here in the center is the one that's created with the Fix All. Now this one here I'm working on is going to have the double beads. And for this, I will use the hot glue to help adhere the two beads together. So you could do it either way. You could do single beads to make it shorter, or use double beads to make it taller. And here I'll show you the difference. This is one of the taller ones. This is the shorter one. And this is another one of the taller ones. And here's how they look, and a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 3, I'm going to take one of these wood rounds from the Dollar Tree Crafter Square, and I'm going to paint it with the white apple barrel paint. Give it a full coat, and I'm going to take one of these paper doilies. These I got on clearance at my local Publix grocery store. They were just on clearance, so I grabbed them, and I'm just going to take one. They're just made out of paper, and they fit pretty nicely on this wood round. And I'm going to take some Mod Podge. This is in the matte, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball the size and add a nice amount of Mod Podge and smooth everything out with my little brush. Nice and smooth like this and thorough. Placing my paper doily on top, adding some more of the Mod Podge, and working my way from the center out. That's the best way to do this, to keep from ripping or tearing this paper doily. Just work from the center and then go out, and then go around, and then go to the sides and get all the edges. You may have to kind of use the brush to go underneath the edges to get it nice and flat like this. And once all of it is nice and adhered, then set it aside, allow it to dry. In the meantime, I'm taking some of these wood letters from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to spell out the words warm and happy. I wanted to do warm and cozy, but I didn't have the correct letters for the cozy word, so I had to improvise and do warm and happy. Painted it with some of this blue acrylic paint, and then kind of dry brushed it with a little bit of the white just to make it a little bit more wintry like. Now here's my wood round with the paper doily, and I'm just going to set these words on top and put on here warm and happy, but you can put whatever message you like, of course. This is just me improvising using the letters that I have. I could probably use my Cricut and get letters from there, but I wanted to make this more budget friendly and easy with items from the Dollar Tree. So I figured this would work great. And I'm just going to adhere it with my hot glue gun. Here they are. Now I'm going to take some more of these plastic snowflakes, and of course the Dollar Tree does carry plastic snowflakes. They're not graduated with different sizes, of course. That's the downside of the Dollar Tree ones, and that's what I like about these from Amazon. They have different sizes in a graduated order, so it's easier to create something unique. But of course, you know, the Dollar Tree ones work. They're just the same size, so that's it. And I'm going to place them in this order here, and I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and use that to adhere them onto this wood round, and like this. And then once I get them all adhered on here, here's my last one. I'm pretty happy with the amount of snowflakes I added. I think it looks pretty cute. So now I'm going to take some of this ribbon that I got from Amazon. It's just a winter blue ribbon with snowflakes, and I'm just going to snip off a piece that I think will be sufficient for this bow. Now I'm just going to take this, make a huge loop, and then make a smaller loop right on top of it. So it's kind of like stacked. Just make sure the top one is smaller. And I'm going to cinch it in the center with my fingers and use my craft clamp to hold the shape. In the meantime, I'll take another piece, a little smaller. This is going to be for the tails. And I'm going to dovetail the two ends just real quick to make it look really cute. Now you can cut them at a diagonal if you'd like instead, just whatever your preference is. Now I'm just going to do like an upside down V in the very center, cinch that a little bit, take the clamp off my bow, and then just cinch it all together. And now for here, you can use some floral wire, you can use a zip tie, you can use some jute twine. Here I happen to have a silver twist tie. I'm just going to use that and tie it real tight and just remove the excess and kind of fluff up my little loops a little bit. I'll do a little bit more of that in a little while. Now I'll just add a nice glob of glue to the underside of the bow, place it on my wood round using my clamp to clip it down. That way it has time to set in that spot. And then that's good enough. It didn't take long. Fluff up my loops a little bit more, and I'm just going to take some cotton twine and I'm going to place it where the jute twine used to be for my hanger. And then last but not least, I'm just going to take one of these little plastic snowflakes that my sweet friend Diane gave me in a pack, place it in the center, and that is it. This is how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 4, I'm going to take one of these MDF house forms from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take some of my nautical blue paint by Folk Art, paint the inside and the little chimney, and I'm going to take some more of these plastic snowflakes from Amazon. And I like them because they have different sizes, different shapes, different patterns. They're pretty unique and I really like them. And I'm just going to place 3, a larger one on the bottom and 2 of the smaller ones, one on the top and one on the side. And then for the left side, I decided to take a little piece of pit berries or berry garland that I had in my stash in the white and the natural, and I'm just going to make a tiny little wreath, and I'm just going to place it right in that little spot just for something different. I'm just going to add it with a little bit of hot glue and then place it on there. And this is just a super simple little decor piece for a tier tray or what have you. And this is how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 5, I found this massive grapevine wreath at my local thrift store, decorated in a Halloween theme or fall theme. And I'm just going to take my heat gun to remove some of this hot glue. A lot of this was just kind of placed in there, but some of it did have hot glue, so I'm just removing everything off and removing any pieces of hot glue that are just kind of stuck everywhere. Taking those off, throwing those away. The rest of it is in great shape. I'm trying to figure out the best placement that I want this wreath. I think like this. I'm going to take some more of these plastic snowflakes that I got from Amazon, and I'm just going to kind of stage them where I think I want them. Unfortunately, this wreath is so massive that it's out of frame a little bit, so I apologize for that. It's actually hanging off my table. My craft table is just so large. But here's just my thought process, trying to swap out sizes. I figured I wanted some of the smaller ones on the top, kind of do like a graduated thing. Then I decided the little tiny ones to just place them in the center. You'll see where I changed those up. I was trying to figure it out. I think, oh, I don't know. Then I thought I'll just do 3 in the center. These will be hanging down. Just 3, like that. And then when I finally get it to where I want it, then I'm going to take some white cotton twine that I had in my stash, and I'm just going to thread it through the center of each of the snowflakes. The ones that have the little loop to hang, because these are ornaments, those I do place the string or the twine where the little holes are, but the ones that look like they're complete, like this one, I just do it in the center, and I'm just literally going to tie them all into this wreath. That way I can reuse the wreath if I'd like, because it's so massive and fantastic. I hate to just have it for one kind of decor or holiday or season, so I can change it up if I'd like to. I just have to snip off the strings. So I'm just literally going to do that real quick to all of them, and then these 3 center ones, they will be hanging down like this. Now I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to create another bow like I did in the previous DIY. This one, instead of the center having a twist tie, I used some of the berry garland that I had extra, and then to tie the bow to the wreath, I'm just using some floral wire, pushing it through and tying it in the back. I'm not going to use any hot glue for this fantastic wreath. That way I can reuse it. And that is it. This is how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. For a quick DIY hack, simple one, I had this extra little ornament in my stash and I painted it with the blue, and I'm taking one of these fabric doilies that I had in my stash, and it happens to fit on here perfectly. I don't know, I just love doilies for winter DIYs. I think they look so much like a fluffy snowflake. I'm just going to add some of this Mod Podge on the little wood piece, the ornament, and then some on top of the doily. And I'm just going to fit it on there and finish adding some more of the Mod Podge. That way it'll like stiffen up a little bit and be nice and secure on here. And I'm just going to top it off with a little bit of this fine glitter. You don't have to do this, of course, if you don't like glitter, but I feel like, you know, let it shine a little bit, and this will just make a sweet accent for any decor. And this is how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. If you're on Instagram, here's my QR code. I invite you to scan it and come follow me on there. I post on there Monday through Fridays, as well as TikTok. Here's my QR code for there. Here is my QR code for Facebook, also Monday through Fridays, as well as my Pinterest. Here's my QR code for there. And here's my Lemonade account as well. And my Threads account. This is my handle, also Monday through Fridays. Here's my Hometalk QR code. I invite you to come scan it. Post on there twice a month. I do have a Facebook crafting group. I invite you to come join us there. And now we're at the fun reveal. Let me know what you think and which one is your favorite one. I'd like to take a moment and thank Megan from the Crafty Quinn for collaborating with me today. Be sure to check out her video. I'm sure she's going to have some fantastic ideas as well for winter DIYs to make everything nice, warm, and cozy for the winter. Everything will be in my description box below and pinned in my comments. Show her some love, give her a subscribe, give her a hype, give her all the things. And I absolutely appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day to watch my video today. I hope you guys did enjoy it, get some ideas or inspirations. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. To my next video, stay healthy, safe, and strong, and warm. And have a happy, and safe, and healthy new year. Bye-bye.